Happy Wednesday. We're here today. Today we're talking about being a goat. A goat, but not the greatest of all time. It's not even about being a goat. It's about goat. And this is an interesting concept that I got from a client of mine who is, he's an executive at a very prominent company in this world that everybody knows. And I can't, and I won't tell you who the company is, but I'll tell you this guy's a great soul. And today we're having a conversation, about an interesting meeting. So good morning to you guys. And we're going to talk today about GOAT. You'll be like, what is a GOAT, Anthony? I'm going to tell you what GOAT is in a second. Evan Carmichael, my man. I told you I'm going to go live, my dude. Hey, we just recorded 8 YouTube videos on last Thursday. And we're going to have some things coming out, my man. So appreciate it. You guys go check out my man, Evan Carmichael, solid human being. He's just a guy. That dude's got a heart, man. He does a whole bunch of cool stuff. So he told me to start doing YouTube stuff, change up my back set, and I did so. So, amazing morning, Cynthia Coggy. Good morning, Tim Douglas Inspires. Good morning. Good morning. Today we're talking about GOAT, GOAT. And this was an interesting thing because it wasn't my idea, but my client gave me thought. I was like, that's what tomorrow's live stream is going to be about. And he said today his team was having what's called a GOAT meeting, which he got from an individual who's an executive of Microsoft years ago. And here's what the GOAT meeting, GOAT stands for. GOAT means getting our act together. Isn't that interesting? It's a GOAT meeting, a getting our act together meeting. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preface, a little bit of a conversation about what this means and how it ties to you right now in this time of the world of all the stuff going on and everything you want to create. Yes, GOAT also means greatest of all time, but different kind of GOAT we're talking about today. So here's the conversation. They do some great stuff in the world. There's this company, this organization, this team does some really cool stuff, but there's always higher levels to go to. And that's kind of an interesting conversation because if you don't go to a higher level, you end up falling short of a lot of different things. Just because like you've got to a level and you've done some things, success feels like, it's doable. If you go ahead and accept that there's no other level you can climb into, well, then you accept that all the success you've had is all the success you will have. That's a scary thought. I mean, think about that. If you accept that what you have done and are doing right now is the peaks and tippity top of what you can do, then you're accepting that all the success you have had up to now is all the success you will have up till now. And I don't like that thought. I mean, I don't know about you. Maybe you enjoy the fact that like, hey, I got myself going and everything's going to be great. And that's cool. But I like more. And it doesn't mean that I'm looking at what we have as more as, have now as less, right? To want more doesn't mean that you don't appreciate what you have. Let me make sure I repeat this. To want more does not mean you don't appreciate what you have. What it means is you appreciate what you got. It's all great. But you want more. Like you go to Starbucks, you get a drink. You get a great caramel macchiato, frappuccino, double latte, skinny, double quick with a whole bunch of sugar, no sugar, extra whip, bibbidi block, put some caramel on it, whatever it may be. But you know what? You might want a scone, right? You might want a little bit something more. So I'm giving you this little drop of a nugget of thinking, look, it's okay to be in your world and have something great, but also want more. And what I think some people don't get the perspective of, it's not bad to want more. If you have more than other people in your life, you can still want more. Like I have an interesting dynamic in my world. I do a lot of cool things and I have a lot of amazing family I love and I do things a little bit outside of a tier, but I still want more. I still desire more. And that more doesn't mean diminishing somebody else. It means creating something more for my family, but it also comes with giving more back to the world. There's a dynamic there. So how do we get there, right? Well, the first thing is you got to get to the point of comprehending that what you're doing right now is sometimes, and let's be honest, about 90% of the time, not enough for the dream you have. And it's okay to want a big dream and have something great. But the first part is we got to realize if we were doing enough and we're at the right level, doing the right things all the time consistently, you'd already have that thing. If you don't have that thing, it's okay to not have that thing. But think about like, what do I need to do to get there? Like actually ratchet it up as we come to the end of this year. This is where people get complacent. We get very complacent when it comes to the end of the year, the holiday season, because it's the holidays. So let's go ahead and take some time to chill. It's only 3 days, people. 4 if you count Christmas Eve. You get Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and you got New Year's Eve. I guess New Year's Day is not really a holiday. It's kind of like a recovery day for a lot of people. But that's what we look at. So why would I go and take the rest of the entire 2 months of this? I'm going to kind of hang out and chill. Now I get it. Enjoy it. Spend time with the family, like relax and everything. But make sure you ratchet it up. And what does that tie to? It ties to GOAT. And GOAT means getting our act together. And the meeting they're having today, and one, there's a lot of heart behind it. If you're part of a team and he's part of a team and he leads a team, he's got a great heart behind what he does. But here's the thing, is have some heart behind what it means to get your act together. It does not mean to beat yourself up, to self-sabotage. It doesn't mean to say that everything you do sucks. I'm not saying that it all sucks. All I'm saying is in comparison to the dream you have, you're not doing enough. And if someone doesn't tell you this and you don't tell yourself this, you'll get complacent and you'll start getting lax. And you'll think, hey, I'm good. And then again, the success you've had up till now will be the success you will ever have up until now. So we first started thinking about, good morning, Crazy J Dub James. We started thinking about ratcheting up a little bit what it means. And so getting our act together means let's sit back and take a moment today and go. Go in your day and say, where do I need to ratchet some things up? Where do I need to maybe read another book? I just got this book in the mail. I got a bunch of books in the mail. I got this book in the mail. You guys haven't, you gotta go check out Jamie Kern Lima's book. Believe it. I got his books in the mail. Like maybe you need to go read a book. To be totally honest, maybe there's a chance for you to stop and say, you know what? I'm going to ratchet up by getting some more information in my head. Maybe it's an audio book. Maybe it's going to be, I'm going to ratchet up and get my act together by getting my health in shape. I'm not going to wait until January. I'm going to get a head start, right? There's this perspective of people saying, I'm going to wait. I'm going to get chubby in the holidays and go and do the work in January. It makes it harder in January when you've packed on 10 in the holiday season. Don't do that. Get your act together now. And it means being very transparent and having great self-awareness for where you're at and what you're doing. Again, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong beating yourself up, feeling bad about yourself. But man, with your boy Tristan, how you doing, man? We got Lamia House Invoice. Good morning. Or House EO Nakra. I can't pronounce it. My apologies. But yeah, think about what you got to do to get your act together. And so what I would recommend you do this week, if you can this week, do this thing. First off, check out the Shift Starter Daily podcast. We're talking about excuses this week. I'm gonna put the link down here. Shift Starter Daily. One day I'm gonna have this already stuck in my phone, so I can copy and paste it. And I don't gotta do this. I did it wrong. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do Shift Starter Daily, and I'm gonna make sure you guys get it, and then we can make sure it works. Shift. I gotta be able to type with these sausage fingers. Starter, almost got it, folks. Daily, there it goes, .com. It's up. So first thing is check out this podcast. It takes you to a podcast, and the podcast allows you to get a chance to listen to this every single day message in your head that I drop called the Shift Starter Daily. It's cool community, cool podcast. 8 minutes in the morning. You get a little bump of some good joy in the morning, get your day rolling. But as you get the day going, this week when it comes to getting your act together, do this. This is what I would recommend that you do. Spend some time looking at your life, being honest. And what that looks like is you sit down and say, what parts of your life currently you're living right now are you not so much unhappy with, but you see potential? That's the big thing. Cynthia says, I love the Shift Starter Daily. I love doing it too. I'm recording today Wednesday. I record on Wednesdays. I'm looking forward to recording today. So what I would say is think about where you purposely see some spot in your life you want to improve. And there's a lot of areas we can choose to improve. What I'll recommend is don't go after all of them right now. If you put too much on your plate, it becomes overwhelming and it's just difficult to get done. But choose one or two. You can say, you know what? These are some areas that I can improve. Maybe it's the communication with my spouse. I've been thinking about doing that for a while and I don't know how to do it. Let's take a shot at it. Let's figure out what it is. Maybe it's, I want to figure out a little bit more about, maybe trading. I want to be a trader online on the old stock market and go do that. Figure it out. I got a message today from some 13-year-old Forex trader. It's interesting. He's like, be part of my team. I'm like, you got to do a better job of researching who you're messaging people, man. I'm not a Forex guy. I have no desire to do that. And I'm sure it's a great thing, but I'm not going to be part of the 13-year-old's team. But like, you can go out and do things in the world. He's obviously getting his act together. So go and figure out where in your life, in your world, is something you can do to kind of get some things ratcheted. Because here's what I tell you. I was telling my clients yesterday, there are opportunities that are waiting for you. They're waiting for you. Down the pathway of the life you're living right now, there are opportunities quite literally waiting for you, and they're hanging out. And what happens is you have to get down the path and be prepared at that path to take it on. And what happens is far too often we don't prepare ourselves in enough time. So when the opportunity comes and it shows up at our door and it knocks us, knock, 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 you open it, it's opportunity knocking. You don't let it in because there's no space in the house. You don't let the person in, you don't let opportunity into your life because you haven't been prepared. The house isn't clean. I don't have any, and there's no food in the fridge, man. I don't know. I'm not ready to go. So the opportunity passes you by. And what I'm telling you is when you get your act together, when you spend some time really figuring out what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, and doing these things now, not starting much later, not slow rolling it, not waiting until January. When the opportunity presents itself mid-January, early February, you're ready. And it doesn't pass you. It passed somebody else and it got to you. It landed on your doorstep and it said, hey, knock, knock, knock. I'm opportunity. You say, hey, opportunity? Awesome. Look, I got a couch right here. I got some hors d'oeuvres. We got dinner in the oven. It's going to be great, ready to roll in a minute. Come on in, hang out a while. Let the opportunities come into your life and hang out because you're prepared when they get there because you got prepared early enough before you saw it. Because I'm telling you, the better people that are having more success, not better people is the word, the people having more success that you might want, not better people. Those people are preparing for opportunities they don't see yet. Think about that. I am preparing for opportunities that I do not see just yet. And I do it by keeping a good little tick and keeping my act together. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. There are definitely things I fall short on. Last night, at like 11:30, I had 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Not very good to do when you don't want to be chubby. I'm just saying, like, that's not a very good plan of what to do. But I had this jelly somebody sent me. I was like, man, it looks pretty good. So I ate it. It was delicious. It was seedless Marionberry jelly, just like, a little bit of natural peanut butter on some nice oat bread. So what I'm telling you right now, prepare for the opportunities. Make sure you get your mentality and mind wrapped around getting your act together now so that when the opportunity shows up come January, come February, and the world opens back up, that you're not sitting there with opportunities standing at your door with nowhere for it to come in because you haven't prepared. You haven't read the book, haven't started the business, haven't launched a podcast, haven't had that hard conversation, haven't quit that job, haven't left that relationship, haven't got in shape, haven't done whatever, blank, right? If you haven't done that thing, it's going to be hard pressed for you to actually take on the opportunity that can change your life, genuinely change your life. So I'm telling you, man, go get it done. Tracy Simmons. I love it, man. We got trolls, people. We got trolls. We're doing it right. I'm glad you got it, Kit Kat Cop. I appreciate you. And the rights, I'm glad it hit you. This is just my morning thought, man. These are the things that come into my head. I just want to make sure I get them out into your heart so you do something with it in the world, whatever that might be. Music Mode, everyone, if you could tell them to add me, I'd appreciate it. Music Mode. I can't bring you on right now. We will do this though. We'll do this. Send me a message, a DM. Here's why. I have lives I do in the past and people come on and it just breaks the energy. Some people come on just to poke and prod and give jokes. It just breaks the energy, man. And I don't want to break the energy because I think we got a good little tick going right now and I feel really, really good. And I hope everybody else feels really, really good. I think it's Diobung Kettley. I gotta figure these names out, but I'm glad you got this and I'm glad it actually made sense. So hit me in the DM, Music Mode. We'll have a conversation. If you seem like a person that won't break the energy, we'll get you rocking and rolling and in. And we'll do a live stream. We'll teach. Here's what I was thinking about doing, just so you guys know. At one point, I thought it would be a really cool idea to actually coach some people on here because I give a lot of conversations, I talk, but I do know that there's always thoughts where people may like, hey, Ant, I got a thought on this thought. Can I come on live and have a conversation? And so we may have something where I do like, you message me. Like if you got a conversation thought, message me. I would love to have the thought and then we'll pop on. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if it works for us to have a discussion about this, I will gladly have you come on. We'll go back and forth. Like there's a lot of interesting things that sometimes it takes one single sentence or thought that can ratchet not only your life up, but somebody else listening. So that question might be incredibly useful for somebody else too. So hit me in the DMs, send me a message. I'll get back to you. We'll go from there. Outside of that, make sure you head to shiftstarterdaily.com. It's a free podcast, 8 minutes in the morning during the weekdays from yours truly, solo, giving you a little message, a little thought to kind of bump your soul, get your spirits high for the day, and then get you off and rolling and making things happen. Making shift happen. You get what it means. It's a duality. It's making shift happen, right? It's going out and doing something great in the world every day, getting your act together, but making shift happen, right? That's how do you do that? We discussed that. And also inside, making shift happen in here so it can happen outside. Thoughts, perspectives, all these kind of things that honestly run our day that we're not always running, right? You kind of let your thing like run. Hey, thank you, Sheena Bell. Our day just kind of runs, but we're not always running what runs our day, which is our identity, our perspectives, our heart, our thoughts. We don't really give it conscious thought. The moment you do, your life changes because you realize what is running your life and then you go and run it. If that makes sense. So go over to Shift Starter Daily. Check it out. We'll get that thing done. All right. Take care. God bless. See you guys on Friday.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.